potato chips?
No, my lady, no potato chips to give out right now.
During this year's United Nations General Assembly, marking the 80th anniversary of the UN Charter, diplomatic security will coordinate with dozens of law enforcement partners to secure this event. Over 600 U.S. special agents, ATF, U.S. Marshal Service agents, and support personnel will be in New York City to support operations and protect approximately 50 foreign ministers and other dignitaries as they focus on important global issues. We welcome the opportunity to work with our law enforcement partners to provide the highest level of protective security. In our work, we are helping advance U.S. foreign policy and national security interests, both here in New York and around the world. The ultimate goal
Currently waiting on the Bible study folk to pull up on us.
our own representatives and the world's diplomats. On behalf of the Diplomatic Security Service, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to the New York Police
So
Department,
then I'm going to chow
the
down.
United States Secret Service, the United Nations Department of Safety and Security, the U.S. Marshals, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and Homeland Security Investigations, and all our federal, state, and local law enforcement and emergency first responder partners for their excellent support and collaboration. Our mission, working together, is to ensure the safety and security of all personnel, facilities, and operations. Together, we represent the finest law enforcement, security, and emergency response personnel the United States has to offer. And we will successfully create a safe and secure environment for the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. At this time, I will now turn over the microphone to Mick Brown, the United Nations Department of Safety and Security Chief.
We're listening in there as New York City officials are discussing the security measures put into place ahead of tomorrow's UN General Assembly. That is where countries are expected to recognize a Palestinian state. We are going to be stepping away for a moment, continuing our coverage after that.
We don't always get to choose what we get, but you can be a chooser when you choose how to vote. Vote by mail, early in person, or on election day. Be a chooser. Visit middlesexcountyNJ.gov/vote.
So, so it's like my last week of work here. Last day is Friday. It's been fun. It's been fun. But I'm going to be a truck driver. I'm going to miss the folks here. Because no matter what, you always get like,
Before the
I always
break,
find
we
people
were
you like.
sharing with you the security measures that New York City officials are putting in place ahead of tomorrow's UN General Assembly. That is where a number of countries plan to
Some reason
recognize
it's
the
amazingly
Palestinian
funny.
state. And we do have breaking news as UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer making an announcement moments ago stating that the United Kingdom
Get attached
is
to them
now
and all that.
recognizing a Palestinian state. I did want to play out his brief remarks for you
So.
right now.
In the face of the
But also, if you're human, that's what happens. Like,
We are acting to keep
Unless you call harder, like,
possibility of
you don't do this type of work to get
and a
rich.
two-state solution. That means a safe and secure
You
Israel
do this type of work because you know
alongside a viable Palestinian state.
people deserve to be treated good,
We have none.
regardless of who they are.
Israeli and Palestinian deserve to
They
live
deserve to be cared for.
to try to rebuild their lives free from
That's what
violence.
a lot of people here just feel
That's what the British people desperately want.
they just get into it for a check.
Yet, almost 2 years after the barbaric attacks of October the 7th, hostages are still held
That ain't good.
by the terrorists of Hamas. Recent images show the hostages suffering and emaciated. Hamas even refused to release all the bodies of the dead. I have met British families of the hostages. I see the torture that they endure each and every day. Pain that strikes deep in people's hearts across Israel and the United Kingdom. The hostages must be released immediately. And we will keep fighting to bring them home. Let's be
Right.
honest. Hamas is a brutal
Kinda
terror
like that.
organization.
Kind of like that type of stuff.
Genuine two-state solution is the exact opposite of their hateful vision. So we are clear. This solution is not a reward for Hamas because it means Hamas can have no future, no role
The
in
front
life,
desk lady just helped
no
out.
role in security. We have already prescribed
She's not an aide.
Hamas. And we
Because
will
she's there,
go
she
further.
helped out.
I have directed work
It's an
to
aide's job.
sanction other Hamas figures in the coming weeks.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
That lady's a good worker, I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
the humanitarian crisis in Gaza reaches new depths. The Israeli government's relentless and increasing bombardment.
I would do the same thing.
The offensive of recent weeks, the starvation and devastation are utterly intolerable. Tens of thousands have been killed, including thousands as they try to collect food and water. This death and destruction horrifies all of us. It must end. We have evacuated the first group of sick and injured children to the United Kingdom to be treated by the NHS. And we continue to increase our humanitarian support. But still, nowhere near enough aid is getting through. We call again on the Israeli government to lift the unacceptable restrictions of the border, stop these cruel tactics, and let the aid surge in. With the actions of Hamas, the Israeli government escalated the conflict, and settlement building being accelerated in the West Bank. A hope for a two-state solution
Like I said,
is over.
it's been fun working here.
But we cannot let that light That is why we are building consensus with leaders in the region and beyond around our framework for peace. This is a practical plan to bring people together behind a common vision and a series of steps, including the reform of the Palestinian Authority, that takes us from a ceasefire in Gaza to negotiations on a two-state solution. We will keep driving this forward. As part of this effort, I set out in July the terms upon which we would act in line with our
Every dollar.
two-state. That moment has now
See what I mean?
So today, to revive the hope of peace and a
That's fun.
two-state solution, I state clearly
It's funny.
as Prime Minister of this great country that the United Kingdom formally recognises the State of Palestine. We recognised the State of Israel more than 75 years ago as
The
a
only thing
home
is,
for the Jewish people. Today,
we join over 150 countries.
Ain't gonna pay even 2 of my bills. Ain't gonna do.
To the Palestinian and Israeli people,
Gonna pay with 1 bill. That's
a
it.
better future. I know the script of theory that this conflict provides.
That's the only issue.
We have seen it on our streets, in our schools, in conversations we've had with friends and
But I still do my best.
created division. Some have used it to stoke hatred and fear, but that solves nothing. Not only must we reject hatred, we must redouble our efforts to combat hatred in all its forms. We must channel our efforts, united together in hope, behind a peaceful future that we want to see. The release of the hostage, an end to the violence, an end to the suffering, and a shift back towards a two-state solution, and the best hope for peace and security for all sides.
That was UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer officially recognizing a Palestinian state, and his announcement follows the same statements from Canada and Australia. We were just listening into those remarks as he said that the move was intended, quote, to revive the hope of peace for the Palestinians and Israelis. The move is largely symbolic, but it's also a historic moment as the UK has laid groundwork for the creation of the Israeli state when it was in control of what was then known as Palestine. And this comes as the UN General Assembly will meet tomorrow in New York City, as more than 140 countries have already taken a step to recognize a Palestinian state, more expected to do so in New York tomorrow at the UN General Assembly, including France. We are going to step away momentarily, continuing our coverage in just a moment.
Mi vida está llena de preguntas, como ¿cómo vivir en una mancha de avión? ¿Y el amarillo es un color claro u oscuro? Por suerte, Trae responde a casi todas. Porque no importa quién lava la ropa, en el ciclo, ni a qué temperatura, Trae funciona. Así puedes entrar en otras preguntas como
¿Los cangrejos tienen cejas?
¡Oh! ¿Esa es nueva? Para todas las preguntas sobre la lavado de ropa, la respuesta es Trae.
Some people like doing things the hard way, like doing their finances with a spreadsheet instead of using Quicken. Quicken pulls all your financial info together in one place and updates it automatically. How easy is that?
The Tempur-Pedic breeze makes sleep feel cool, so no one wants sweating all night or blasting the air conditioner, because the Tempur-Breeze fills up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. Find cooler sleep with the Tempur-Breeze collection at an absolutely near you.
Give a Nissan Frontier out Monster on Monster Truck. Not that you would, but you could. Nissan.
I'm back. But yeah, as I was saying, it's fun and all, but
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox.
it's not really.
Right now is
It don't pay all the
9:50
bills.
6:52 Pacific. I did want to share this live look with you out of Glendale, Arizona. Tens of thousands of people are expected to attend the memorial service of Charlie Kirk. You can already see the incredibly large lines outside State Farm Stadium. And for more on that, I do want to head to Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor, who is live outside the stadium. Good morning to you, Rebecca.
70
Hey, good morning. Turning Point is preparing for so many people to show up today that they actually booked the stadium next door for the overflow seating. The main event is happening in the Cardinal Stadium behind me. It can seat about 63,000 people, but the turnout is expected to be closer to 100,000 today.
Security is tight outside field.
Okay.
SAS supporters and high-profile speakers gather to remember the conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The memorial
So they're having a memorial service for Charlie Kirk today at the State Farm Arena. That's pretty cool. Rest in peace to him. Nobody deserves to be murdered, assassinated, especially here in America, by your own brother. Like, I don't mean brother as in blood brother, I mean as like, if we're Americans, we're all brothers and sisters. Like, as an American, if one falls, we all fall. Like if they blow up America, like we all, you're right. So we all Americans. We should look out for one another instead of killing one another, but that's, I don't condone. I don't condone it, but whatever. Right.
White House staff, that just speaks to how many people he touched at the highest levels of our government.
But yeah.
After honoring its founder, Turning Point says it will continue its college tour this fall. Stephanie, back to you.
I'm gonna get back with y'all.
Rebecca Castor live in Glendale, Arizona. Thank you
A
so
little
much
bit.
for that report. And we were
All
hearing
right.
from Rebecca about the high level of security as we take a live look outside State Farm Stadium.
At like 12 o'clock.
Thousands of people expecting to attend the memorial service
Be cool, y'all.
already.